Hello and welcome back to Game Vitamins. My name is Nick, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing how I break down sealed product. I want to go step by step, whether it's a new set that I haven't done anything with, which I have some over there, or something that I am incredibly familiar with. I want to share my exact process of sifting through the value, how I build out my inventory with all of these cards, as well as know what to list, what to spend my time on, and what to avoid. So anyway, if you are new here, this channel is all about building a Magic the Gathering business. We have started from scratch and we are slowly developing in the right direction towards making a little bit of money while doing it. Now, if you're returning, I want to thank you so much because we have surpassed 1,000 subscribers. That is wild to me. I did not think my last video would do as well as it did and push me past that mark. So thank you all so much for joining along on this crazy little journey. Now, today's video is going to be interesting because we're going to get out from behind this desk and go into the battlefield over there that I have created for myself, start sorting through cards, and break down some sealed product firsthand. I don't want this to be in theory. I want to get out from behind here and show you exactly what I do. Now, it's nothing crazy, it's nothing totally groundbreaking, but maybe it'll get you on the right track for sort of keeping things organized when you start going through a mountain of cards. And that is probably the most important thing, is staying organized. Okay, welcome back behind the scenes. If you haven't seen this before, I've only done it in one other video, but you can kind of see what's going on, not at the filming station. So this is where I record all the videos. We're going to get right down to the table in just a second. Figured I'd do a quick overview where I currently print all my slips and, sort of just all the computer work. I have some monitors on the ground. I'm going to set that up. I just built this desk the other day. Almost put a hole in the wall while I was doing it. That is a very heavy top. It's actually from an office like 10 years ago. Anyway, the card sorting station. This is where I actually pack all the orders. This is also where I have all of my inventory stashed away. And you can see I've actually put it in. I have more that I need to add, and I have some that I need to remove. That's bulk. But we also have some of our sealed product stuffed away down there, some shipping supplies. We've got more sealed product over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick out a box, we're going to get down to the table and start going through it. And I'll explain the whole process. You can see I've already got the lighting and the tripod set up. You can actually see I've got some Karlov Manor over here. I am beating a dead horse with this set, guys, but I couldn't find an Ansrag's Rampage card. I think I accidentally double scanned one. It's like the first time this has happened. So with all the Karlov I have piled away down here, I think there's still another. I got more in. It goes all the way back. There's probably like 20-something boxes back there. I opened it up and fulfilled the order. It was like a really cheap card. I don't know why I did that. But if someone out there ordered 8 of them from me, I searched through it to make sure you got that card. So we're going to pick a box over here. I don't think I'll go through these. This is 36 boxes of Dominaria United. I was opening some of their Jumpstart boxes, but this is Unfinity, so a couple more cases of that. This is Foundations. I got it, it's like okay deal. I just wanted to make sure I could have it in my inventory. But what I think we'll do is we're going to grab a box of Unfinity because, let's grab it right from the top here, because this is a set I don't know that well. And if it's a set I don't know that well, I can explain my process of how I go through the sets I don't know, and then explain a little bit more, for example, like Karlov. These are boxes of bulk, and I'll explain why they are here. But first, let's get down to the table. I'm going to set you up over here, so quick little jump, and we're going to start diving into Unfinity. See if it has any good value. Looked like it did. So let's check it out. Oh, you know what? Actually, before anyone calls me out, if you know me, I used to be on YouTube a long time ago. I always had the fireplace in the background. I don't know, when I'm like packing orders and I have some music going up here, it's kind of nice, it's relaxing. Don't make fun of me, I don't know, it's my thing. Okay, let's get you down to the tripod. Let's dive into Unfinity. Okay, the only thing I don't like about doing this is the lighting is all off. I'm trying to get it to look decent, but I just look so bizarre. Okay, that might work. Okay, so here we are with a box of Unfinity. We are going to break this down and see what kind of value we've got. This was something I had been paying attention to, watching the EV on, saw that there was pretty good price per box on during the Cyber weekend. Sorry if this is, I don't know if this is loud. Let me open it real quick so I'm not crinkling stuff. 1 second. Okay, it's open, and I just realized we're going to be crinkling a ton of stuff because we have all of the packs to go through. Sorry if I keep looking up at the screen. This one has one of those flip-up screens, and it's sort of it's distracting. Oh, these have the box topper. I totally forgot about that. Let's try to remove that. Some fun art. Okay, now I'm not a pack cracker sort of YouTube channel, so bear with me. Now, the philosophy here is finding sets that are undervalued for sealed product, buying them, opening them up, and then reselling the singles. Now, yes, a lot of people say that's a great way to lose money, but I have other plans beyond just selling the high value cards, and when I've done the math out, it has worked. Watch my video on Karlov Manor, you'll understand. I'm going to do evaluations of all these different sets in future videos, but for now, let's just dive right into how I break them all down. So when I start with a set I don't really know, I'll tend to go online, research it a little bit, figure out what the chase cards are, see what's actually in the box that I'm looking in. We've got draft boosters here, so we're not getting any galaxy foils. I don't know a lot about Unfinity. I know a lot about, say, the 2024 sets, more of the modern sets. I mean, this is modern, but still, when I don't know a set, what I'll do is for the first 2 boxes, when I'm doing this not for speed, I'll look at every card and I'll just have fun with it. I'll have friends over, we'll open up boxes, I'll set up a scanner, we'll just scan all the cards as they come out, read them, maybe, get inspiration for decks, but that's not what we're doing here today. Here we are just trying to figure out what has value, what we're going to be reselling, and the first part is the box topper. What do we have? Wow. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, that is a full art foil land, shock land. So I didn't do the most important thing. Penny sleeves. Get penny sleeves when you do this. Now, what I'll do is when I have a new set, I'll try to sleeve anything that I recognize. And then I organize it accordingly in one of these. This will be your best friend in terms of going through boxes. And the reason I say that is just because you can keep everything organized. Foil, rare will go up here. So I'll do commons, uncommons, rares, mythics, and then I'll do the foil versions of those cards if there are any. I'll have a spot for basic land, full art land, foil lands, and then non-basic lands, usually I'll throw up here. Some sets have art cards or token cards. I'll chuck all of those in here and sort them out later. So it depends on the box, but I want to make sure that every time I do this, I kind of create my own method depending on what I'm opening up. Now for Unfinity, I'm not 100% familiar with how they organize the cards, what will be the easiest way to do it, but that is something you quickly figure out. Now, thanks to Rob in one video, wow, that probably made a lot of noise. didn't it? Well, maybe I'll buffer that down. Maybe I'll skip over these parts. But shake them down, you know. I will sometimes, again, when I'm hanging out with friends, I'll go through, I'll go pack by pack. But when you're trying to do a lot of cards at once, you just don't want to spend all that time. You know, I mean, we're trying to, oh, this is actually a decent uncommon. See, once you start to learn the sets too, you'll be able to put higher value cards off to the side, and then it's just a lot easier in terms of knowing what has value and what does not. So some of these cards I already don't really know what they are. We've got, oh, whoops, that is a common and uncommon. And then we've got the token, and then we've got like another sort of token junk card. So I'll figure out my organizing strategy, and then I'll just kind of start going through and going pack by pack, or just cutting right through them. Now I don't want to, I'll show you what I do for cutting through them. You know, you just give them a shake, make sure you're not going to clip any cards, and then give it a cut. So I'm going through, I'm putting my commons, uncommons, and rares down, full art lands. These look pretty darn cool. Sometimes with lands, if they're not worth too much, I'll just keep some for myself. It depends what I'm doing. So here you can see it's kind of slow, just going pack by pack. Now this is nothing groundbreaking, because I'm also talking, I'm not really in the zone here. See, so it would be like common, like a non-basic land I'll throw up here, more commons, uncommons, rares, and then lands. So what I really try to do is ensure that, oh, that's a common. See, you learn it as you go. Oh, these are punch outs. Oh, look at that, nifty, cool. But once you start to learn a set and you know what is valuable, I'll set some of the more valuable cards off to the side. I'll make sure I sleeve them immediately. And I always have some penny sleeves off to the side. So when I know those chase cards, when I see those cards, throw them in a sleeve and just make sure they're all protected. Okay, I had to go adjust the lighting again. It's still annoying me, not perfect. But then once we kind of get in a groove, I'll just shake the cards down. I want to make sure I'm not going to clip any of them, give them a little snip, and then you can just shake them out into your hand. Now this is honestly like not perfect either, because it always seems like some cards just slip and stay in there, and then I have to kind of go back and check one more time to make sure they all come out afterwards and we have no stragglers. Sometimes it's honestly like more of a pain than just ripping through them, but I don't know, it's not a perfect science. Again, I'm doing it while I'm talking. I'm not fully focused on it. I'm trying to also not make a ton of noise going through these while we're on the camera. So that'll give you a good pile of cards. And then once you kind of know how they're organized, you can just throw them in. Again, this is something that Rob RNG Games, I saw him doing it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Especially if you're doing it by hand, by yourself. You know, you just can't, it's not going to be perfect. You know, like you got to break them down somehow. And I don't have a machine to run them through, so got to sort them all out yourself as well. And even doing this as a first pass, even if you did have one, I think would probably be a good idea regardless, because then you can just run it through as commons, pull out only value in commons, do it for the uncommons. You know the rares, you're probably going to want to list most of those anyway. And just like that, so that was 3 more packs. So this is what I'll do for, oh, geez, sorry guys, all over the place today. This is what I'll do for new sets. I don't necessarily know what cards I'm chasing after here. You know, I'm doing this because if I was to just sit here and sift through every single card, God, okay, I'm on video. This is clearly, I think that's why this just doesn't want to work with me right now. But when you're going through these and you're just going card by card, it takes a long time. You don't want to just sit here and read every single one. At a certain point, it's It's too bad because it's a lot of fun to crack packs, but eventually it becomes work. And then you're thinking, oh my God, I don't really want to go through and just keep going pack by pack. It's going to take forever, and I'm trying to wrap this up. So there's a foil that I throw up above, and then junk cards. And then you just go through it, guys. It's pretty darn simple. There's a mythic, pop it over to the side, artifacts, and that's a foil rare. I don't know if it's any good, but this is the method. This is what I do for new sets, and I'll go through 2 full boxes and then scan everything. That's what I do. I scan absolutely every single card, rares, uncommons, commons. Make sure that I am finding every single bit of value and rounding out that inventory, because doing 2 boxes will get me over 1,000 cards added to my inventory. You can do it pretty quick. It's easier to scan because you know you're doing it all from one set. And then as you go through sets, you have 1,000 cards of every set in your inventory. Then just add it over to your stored inventory, and boom, there you go. You have a very well-rounded inventory, and you can pretty much pick and choose the sets that you want in it. And that's kind of what I do for new ones that I'm initially integrating. You want to make sure that, some of these, once you learn the set, you'll know, oh geez, that's a good card. You throw it right in a sleeve. The first 2, I'm usually not throwing much in sleeves because only a few things will jump out at me, and I'm trying to be quick with it. So, I know like Saw in Half, I believe, is that a uncommon in this set? I forget. I haven't seen one yet, I don't believe. But you get good, quick eyes when you're doing this, and you can spot a lot of the chase cards. So again, as a new set, this is all I do. And you just rip through a couple boxes, add them all to your inventory, and then I'll start talking a little bit about what I do with the sets that I've already gone through a lot of, because that's important. Oh, look at that, Shockland. I know that those are the ones that we are really looking for here more than anything. Pop that in there. And kind of any of these ones. But I end up, they'll be of value, but I kind of end up organizing them all alphabetically and putting them in the inventory regardless, so it doesn't really matter if you go too crazy with your organization right now. I sort by rarity still, just given my inventory. I think it works for me, but some people will disagree with that. Now, let me just put this off to the side. I think you understand what I'm doing here. Some fun cards. I'd like to read through these, but for the sake of the video, this has already been long, so I might clip out some of the stuff that I'm blabbing about, depending. So let me pull over Karlov Manor real quick, because that would be a good example of what I do for sets that I already have gone through a lot and listed multiple boxes of. So one more review. Here we go. We've got commons, uncommons, rares, mythics, foil versions of those cards. These would be like plain lands, full art lands, foil lands, non-basic lands, tokens, and kind of the random crap cards that you end up throwing out. And yeah, just adjust according to the set, figure out what works best for you based on the set and what you're trying to keep, what you're trying to get rid of. And there you have it. So this is going through a new set, and I'll just keep cranking through them, and you can go pretty fast. Now, if I bring up, you can see it also gets pretty darn messy because you start having these packs everywhere. Got trash can. I'll bring that over in a minute. But if I have a set like Karlov Manor, what I do is I'll still sort out commons, uncommons, rares, and mythics. But you start to learn what in the set actually carries the value. So up here in kind of a top, further away one, I'll throw valuable uncommons and commons. Stuff that I want to list, that I know has value, and I know that I'm not going to just keep listing every single common because I already have copies of all of these. And I'll set those aside. I'll put lands over, well, I was storing them over there. Now I have a box full of lands. Organize those because I have future plans for selling land lots, token lots. I'll put all of the reprints for this set off to the side. And then let me grab a box from behind me real quick. Now, what you're seeing over here is actually cards that I have already gone through. And these hold the bulk. So I need a better method because I've sorted away bulk already, but I need to, that's one of the topics I want to go over in a minute. Getting a card sorter, getting a fizz batch to help me with all of these cards and making lots and sets for different sets. So anyway, these are all bulk commons, uncommons that didn't jump out at me, that don't have crazy value. Foils in the front, then uncommons, foil commons in the front of the common section, a little divider in between. Depending on the size of the box this works, some of them have to stay open. And afterwards, I'll just fold it up and throw it in the pile to be addressed later. So for example, with Unfinity, the first couple boxes, everything will get listed. I will ensure that I add a good chunk to my inventory. I'll see what sells, I'll see what doesn't. I'll take notes of that. I'll know what has value, I will know what doesn't. I'll pass everything through the scanner. And then future boxes, since I have over 20 of these, I will then put the bulk commons and uncommons that have just started to pile up that don't have value into the box and address them later. So that is what I tend to do for breaking down sealed product. You can do it pretty quick, and clearly you can see how it's started to take shape here. Okay, so I'm setting Karlov Manor back off to the side. We don't need to talk more about that right now. This wasn't a crazy video. I know I looked at the camera. It went on way longer than I thought. Again, I might trim it down a little bit. I tend to ramble. But I wanted to just share with everyone the process. That's what this channel is all about, what I've been doing, my process, what you do. Share your process in the comments below with the rest of the community, and maybe we can work it out to be a little bit more efficient for everyone. Now, let's throw these up. I'm gonna keep ripping through some packs. I hope it doesn't make too much noise. I'm going to try to talk while I do this, and if I find that I start rambling, I will stop. I just figure I might as well use this time to get something done. I'm not gonna use the scissors and go crazy. I'll just go pack by pack for a little bit while we chat. I wanna go over some channel updates, talk about where we're at, talk about the 1,000 subscribers that I'm so appreciative of, and see what's next for Game Vitamins. So first of all, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. It means the world. I mean, I had no idea. I have been on and off YouTube since like 2009. I used to make comedy Halo videos where I would like point the camera at the TV and talk. Awful videos. I mean, we have slowly upgraded over the years. I've done very niche topics, none of which seem to take off. So naturally, as someone who's just been on YouTube and has always enjoyed it, I figured, you know what? I want to document what I'm doing here. And people, of all things, this is what caught on. So thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really cool to build this out and share with you guys what I've been working on. Whether I feel like you're getting value out of it or not, that's another question. Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling and I don't know if you guys care, but it seems like you do, so thank you. And I want to say, based off of my previous video, that I'm still trying to figure out what to do about like a giveaway or something relating a celebration of the 1,000 subscribers. So someone commented that a YouTuber they had watched got in trouble for doing a giveaway in the style that I had described, where it was almost like a little buy-in, which apparently, that makes sense, honestly. It's almost like a lottery. So then I was thinking, okay, well, what's some other way to do a giveaway? And then as I read online, I was like, ah, geez, like this is not as easy as it should be to just give something out. If you guys have any ideas for me, throw them down below, because I really do want to do something to like give back to the community. I mean, you guys are the ones that are watching me blab and blab about random stuff, so it'd be cool just to do something to engage with everybody and see if someone can win some car love and get a little value. You know, I still like that idea. Now, the other thing I've been thinking about a lot recently is all the emails I've been getting. So I've gotten a lot of emails from a lot of people. Thank you for reaching out. That's really cool too. I didn't think people would actually reach out via email. I'm slow to get back to emails. I run a business day to day. I run like 2 businesses day to day, and then I do this in the after hours. I don't know how my girlfriend puts up with me, but she knows I like to work, so I think it's fine. But I'll get back to the emails. I was thinking about some of them, and people were talking about how I don't know, I've never been at this point on YouTube where people actually want to listen to me and talk to me and like send a lot of messages and ask a lot of questions. And I've had some people that I've emailed with that have said you should open up a Patreon. Now, I've never been someone who loves the idea of saying, hey, my advice is so valuable, you should pay me for it. And hop into this Patreon and, you know, like that's what, but at the same time, that's what supports the channel. And what we're doing here is like building a business, right? So part of that business could be YouTube, which I didn't think it would be. But, you know, maybe that's part of it too. And we talk about that a little bit. I also think that given the emails, I realize how long it takes to get back to some of it. And as a man who does value my time, I never again, on YouTube in a community like this, I don't want to be like a gatekeeper of information. So like always send me an email, always reach out, ask me questions. It might take me a while to get back, but I thought like, would a Patreon be cool? Like, and set up like a Discord server where you could, like supporters could have a community. I mean, I've only joined a few Patreons and Discord communities, but some of them are really neat. You know, you go on, there's different channels for different types of discussion. Maybe some people are just talking about magic and deck building and some of the fun gameplay stuff, to remember that this is a hobby, you know, have fun, build decks, enjoy the cards that you're going through. But also, the point of this channel is to make a hobby a business. So how do we make it a business? We discuss what we're doing that works, that is making us money, and have like a tighter community that really wants to focus on that, because I've been trying to reply to every single comment I get. This is another thing I do. Usually once it overloads, I'll just find a free slot, chuck all the comments up there, they build up quick. But I try to reply to all the comments I get. It's starting to actually become a lot, because again, I like to write a lot and give a lot of advice. So what do you guys think? Would you join a Patreon that had a Discord channel where you had better access to me, better access to discussions, talking with a community, sort of sharing what's working for people and what's not? Some stuff that's like just magic focused. Maybe some people will join and want to sort of pioneer a section on like Pokemon. Maybe you can help teach me about it as well. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. You're paying to join the Patreon and then telling me about Pokemon. But anyway, the idea is that I would be able to use that as an outlet, knowing like, okay, well, these are people who are really serious about it and want to talk about running a business day to day. I think that could be a lot of fun. And then I had this idea about like an insider tier too. Like Patreon, it's just hard to figure out like what value am I fully bringing. I can't sell you a product. Like maybe one day if I build up some sort of pipeline, I could stock up on product that I'm personally trying to like sell a lot of and break down, and then also maybe sell you guys some of it. Like for example, Infinity or Dominaria United, stuff that I tapped into, and maybe like, the insider one would have, I'm really going off the cuff here, guys. The insider one could potentially, I could maybe share what I'm buying as I buy it instead of retroactively telling you what I'm doing, because like obviously these videos are delayed, and by the time I've done them, I've already made my move and I've sold stuff and whatnot. And I think like if you keep that limited to a certain amount of people, it won't affect the economy that greatly. You know, we're all pretty small. Obviously, someone like a Rudy, Alpha Investments, he can affect magic economies. I can't. I'm not that cool. I'm not that big. But we're forming a little community here, and maybe you do like, you know, $5 a month. You're a supporter. Like that'd be sweet. And then we all get in a Discord and are able to chit chat, and you have a direct line to me and other people that are within this community, the after or the secondary Magic the Gathering marketplace. And then I can figure out what other tiers might look like as time goes on. Again, maybe the insiders, we talk more shop, and we figure out what the next sets are going to look like. We discuss EV, we discuss what we're buying when we're buying it. You know, like those stock, like the stock guys, buy alerts. Buy it now. Buy Infinity. I don't know. Infinity, I'm still working through the numbers. Let me work through the numbers and I will share with you guys all the analysis. I'm still doing full breakdowns of all of my, of all the boxes. So I'm gonna do one on all these different sets. Video by video, take some time to put these together. So what have we covered? This is a really long video. I apologize. I'm going to put chapters in. So you've seen behind the scenes. You see what I do when I'm just breaking down new product. It's not glamorous, guys. I mean, I feel like people think there's some massive secret. It's not a massive secret. Just keep yourself organized. So we have talked about that. We talked about once you get to know a set. Guys, I've only hit 2 shock lands so far. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a good box, but I don't really know the other value in it quite yet. Eventually, I will really know. But we talked about what I do once I learn sets, how I organize them, how I stuff away bulk. Now, you're probably wondering what I do with that bulk. This is probably way too late in the video to mention it, but as the other update, I'm getting the Fizz batch. I'm going to step up the game in terms of selling cards. I'm not just going to sell singles. I'm going to try to utilize all this bulk and build out monocolor bulk sets and individual like Infinity common, uncommon sets, no duplicates or something. Mono green, red, white, blue, you know, everything as different potential cool products. Land lots, token lots. I'm sharing all my secrets. I don't know. Only a couple of you will probably act on it. If everyone does, then I'm really screwing myself, but we'll see. So the Fizz batch will be huge. I'm going to make more videos dedicated to that because obviously with the money that's being spent on it, it's going to be, 1, a game changer, and 2, super complicated. But otherwise, we talked about 1,000 subs. I'm still figuring out what the heck to do there to give back and show you guys how much it actually means to me. And lastly, the Patreon. The Patreon idea is interesting. Everyone with small channels seems to have one. It's not usually my style. Let me know what you think down below. Otherwise, I'm just going to blab at you for the last couple packs here. Let me know what else you guys would like to see on the channel. Some of you have given like really good video ideas. Some of them are a little too specific. It means no offense, but I mean, I don't really want to make videos solely on like how my thermal printer works or, you know, specifically how I do very niche things, solely because people have made videos on like how they work and how to format. And I'm sort of just sharing what I use, and then it's kind of up to you guys to get the rest of it sorted out. I like that I'm helping so many people out, but I also can't hold everyone's hand. Again, not in a mean way, but just it takes a lot of time to do this day to day. You know, I'm trying to do it while I'm recording just to save a little bit of time. And to then add in a whole entire like subset of content that is just like micro specific. I don't know. That might be a little bit too much. Maybe once I like slow down on certain video ideas, might be something. But for now, there are some other YouTubers who have covered that. But let me know what you would like to see regarding the cards. I want to kind of, coming into the new year, 2025, I'd like to analyze all the sets as they get released. What's going to look good, what's not so good, what you should be focusing on in terms of potential value plays, doing things as it comes out. And again, that's where like the Patreon could be really interesting, where like we have multiple minds together discussing these topics before it happens. There's one foil land, that's the first one. Because when you have multiple people that are smaller in size, you can get a lot of good info. It's like once you hit a certain size, I'm sure it still becomes tough because you don't want to share everything. But I think as it stands now, like that would just be a really cool way to just to learn more and go over everything with everyone. So again, here's the box. If these were bulk, I would just chuck them in, put them off to the side. That's all for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for going through this box with me. Sorry this was so long. Definitely a lot of blabbing, but I appreciate you guys so much. If you made it this far, comment something. I don't know. Comment nearby planet. Nearby planet. That's what it feels like I live on sometimes when I'm in the zone here, just by myself, sorting cards, tucked away. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate you all. Have a great day. Let me know what you want to see. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll catch you in the next one. Have a good day.